Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're doing something pretty fun, I think. We're taking a look back at some classic science fiction movies.
Oh, yeah. To see what they got right.
Exactly. Or, what they got spectacularly wrong about the future.
Always a good comparison.
We've got some great insights here, actually, from an astronomer, Ed Bloomer, featured over in New Scientist. He really looked at how these big screen visions measure up.
Right, against our modern reality.
Yeah, it's a neat way to see the hits and, well, the misses. Okay, so let's unpack this a bit. Our sources, mainly Bloomer, focus on a few key films. First up, let's talk Blade Runner.
Ah, the classic. 1982, right?
That's the one. And it was set in, believe it or not, 2019.
Which we've just lived through, yeah.
And it had this whole vision, neon everywhere, flying cars, those humanoid robots.
Replicants?
Nearly human. And the off-world colonies, too.
Right. So, thinking about the actual 2019, how close did it get? What did Bloomer find?
Well, it's interesting. Bloomer points out it's a real mixed bag.
So, we do have space stations now orbiting Earth. That's definitely a step towards that off-world idea. But actually setting up colonies, places people live way out beyond Earth, even somewhere like Mars, that's still a massive challenge, hugely difficult.
So nowhere near the scale Blade Runner imagined for 2019.
Not even close on that front, no.
Yeah.
So the film was, pretty far off there. And, the source also mentions the overall feel, the kind of world it showed.
Dystopian vibe.
Yeah, very dark, hyper-urban, corporations everywhere, environmental decay. It painted a grim picture.
Which, thankfully,
isn't quite the 2019 most of us experienced. So maybe it's a good thing it wasn't totally accurate,
That's a fair point. Good thing reality didn't quite match that vision. Okay, so that's Blade Runner. Now, this is where it gets really interesting, I think. Let's switch gears completely.
Okay.
Stanley Kubrick's 2001, A Space Odyssey, came out way back in '68.
A landmark film.
Totally. And it often gets praised for being, remarkably realistic about space travel in some ways. What did Bloomer find so fascinating about its accuracy?
Right. So Bloomer really highlights how 2001 nailed the physics of space.
How so?
Things like how objects actually move in zero gravity, the way a pin might just drift slowly, or how food behaves.
Ah, okay. Those little details.
Exactly. And the sound, or rather the lack of it, the silence of space.
Yeah.
So many other movies have whooshing spaceships, but Kubrick understood space is vacuum. It's silent.
That's true. You don't often get that realism.
No. And the engineering challenges, the orbital mechanics. Bloomer argues it was incredibly well-researched and visionary for its time.
There's always a but, isn't there?
Well, yeah. This brings us to HAL 9000, the AI.
Of course. I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
That's the one. So in the film's timeline, HAL was supposedly born or activated in 1992.
1992.
And HAL was, capable of real thought, emotions, making independent decisions, basically sentient AI. Bloomer points out that AI back then was extremely basic compared to HAL. And honestly, even today, we haven't achieved that kind of true general AI.
So even now, HAL is still science fiction.
Absolutely. Our best AI now is what we call narrow AI. It can be amazing at specific things, playing chess, translating languages, driving cars.
Right.
But it doesn't have that broad human-like understanding or consciousness HAL had. Getting from narrow AI to a truly sentient general AI, that's still a massive leap, one of the biggest challenges out there.
Wow. So dead on with space physics, way off on the AI timeline. Fascinating contrast.
It really is. Shows how predicting different fields of progress is tricky.
Okay, so we've had a near miss and a mix of hit and miss. Now for something that, just missed entirely.
Uh-oh. Which was this?
Let's talk about the TV show Space. 1999, from the 70s.
Ah, I remember that one, with the moon getting knocked out of orbit.
That's the premise. Some mysterious electromagnetic radiation causes a huge explosion on the moon's nuclear waste dumps.
Right, and it sends the moon hurtling off into space.
Exactly. A pretty dramatic setup. So what does our astronomer, Ed Bloomer, say about the scientific feasibility of that?
Well, Bloomer's take is pretty straightforward.
I can imagine.
Basically, the amount of energy you need to actually push the moon out of Earth's orbit like that.
Yeah.
It's just astronomical, way beyond a nuclear waste explosion. And the kicker is that much energy wouldn't just gently nudge the moon away. No, it would almost certainly shatter it, pulverize it, blow it into tiny pieces.
So instead of space, 1999, it would be more like moon debris, 1999.
Pretty much, yeah. You wouldn't have a moon base cruising the galaxy. You'd have a catastrophic asteroid field where the moon used to be.
Right. So that one's firmly in the dramatic license category.
Very firmly. It's pure sci-fi spectacle, completely ignoring the actual physics involved. Makes for a fun premise, but zero reality.
What a great example of that contrast. So wrapping up this deep dive then, it's pretty clear, isn't it? Science fiction is this amazing mix.
Absolutely. Hits and misses all over the place.
Some predictions get close, like maybe some of the environmental warnings in Blade Runner.
Huh? Surprisingly prescient sometimes.
Others are just, well, way out there, like the moon going on an interstellar trip.
Completely wild, yeah.
It definitely gives you a different way of watching these films, doesn't it? Thinking about what they were seeing then versus what we know now.
It really does.
Yeah.
And, connecting it to the bigger picture, maybe it's actually a good thing they didn't get everything right.
How do you mean?
Well, think about it. These films often reflect the anxieties of their time, right?
True. Cold War fears, environmental worries, unchecked technology.
Exactly. So while we might welcome some of the imagined tech, advanced space travel, maybe some helpful AI,
Yeah, the cool stuff.
we probably would want the whole package, like the really oppressive world of Blade Runner, or a rogue AI like HAL. Thankfully, those darker visions haven't fully come true.
That's a really insightful way to put it. Sci-fi as both a mirror of the present and a guess about the future.
Yeah, it's reflecting concerns while also projecting possibilities, both good and bad.
So here's something for you, the listener, to think about as you go about your day. What does this track record, these sci-fi hits and misses, tell you about our ability or maybe our inability to really predict what's coming? And maybe what does it say about the kinds of futures we actually hope for, the ones we're maybe most afraid of? Something to chew on.